Number 14. Most American.
The recent crime statistics has increased in the last 20 years. Until the 1970s, the American parents supported the treatment and correction of criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people are frustrated with the justice system and demanding their pure correction. Opinion has shifted to get tough policy. Supporters of this policy believe the criminals need severe punishment to correct them. As a result of this policy change, thus, the mid-1990s society's solution to the problem of juvenile delinquents was simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research in criminology demonstrates that the program is kept approach and effective or limited use only. No evidence, for example, shows a link between larger police force and reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have only been limited effect on reducing crime. なんかゆっくりだな。Most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem and think that violent crime is on the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics until the 1970s, the American public supported the treatment and correction of criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people are frustrated with the justice system and underbanding. Opinion has shifted to get tough policy. Supporters of this policy believe that criminals need a severe punishment to correct them. As a result of this policy change, laws have been made stricter, more police have been hired, more prisons are being built, and needless to say, vast sum of money is being spent to toughen the justice system. Thus, in the mid-1990s, society's solution to the problem of juvenile delinquents is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research in criminology demonstrates that the program in get-tough approach is ineffective. No evidence, for example, shows a link between larger police force and reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have limited effect on reducing crime. Most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem and single violent crime is on the crime. Indeed, recent crime statistics show that violent crime, especially by youth, has increased in the last 20 years. Until the 1970s, the American public supported the treatment and correction of criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people are frustrated with the justice system and are abandoning the liberal view on correction. Opinion has shifted to get tough policy. Supporters of this policy believe the criminal need severe punishment to correct them. As a result of this policy change, laws have been made stricter, more police have been hired, more prisons are being built, and needless to say, a vast sum of money is being spent to tackle the justice system. Thus, in the mid-1990s, society's solution to the problem of juvenile delinquents is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research in criminology demonstrates that the program in the get approach is ineffective. or limited use only. No evidence, for example, shows a link between larger police forces and reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have only limited effect on reducing crime. Most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem and think that violent crime is on the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics measured by youth has increased in the last 20 years. Most Americans fear crime a serious social problem and think that violent crime is on the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics statistics Indeed, recent crime statistics show that violent crimes Most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem and think that violent crime is on the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics show that violent crime, especially by youth, has increased in the last 20 years. Until the 1970s, the American public supported the treatment and correction of criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people are frustrated with the justice system and are abandoning the liberal view on correction. Opinion has shifted to the get policy. Supporters of this policy believe that criminals need severe punishment to correct them. As a result of this policy change, laws have been made stricter. More policy Supporters of this policy believe that criminals need severe punishment to correct them. As a result of this policy change, laws have been made stricter, more police have been hired, more prisons are being built, and needless to say, a vast sum of money is being spent to toughen the justice system. Thus, in the mid-1990s, society's solution to the problem of juvenile delinquents is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research in criminology demonstrates that programs in the ghetto approach are ineffective or limited to use only. No evidence, for example, shows a link between larger police forces and reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have a limited effect on reducing crimes. Delinquents, 犯罪者 delinquents, juvenile delinquents. Most Americans have oh, Most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem and think that violent crime is on the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics show that this violent crime, especially by youth, has increased in the last 20 years. Until the 1970s, the American public supported the treatment and correction of criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people are frustrated with the justice system and are abandoning the liberal view on correction. Opinion has shifted to the get policy. Supporters of this policy believe that criminals need severe punishment to correct them. As a result of this policy change, laws have been made stricter, more police have been hired, more prisons are being built, and needless to say, a vast sum of money is being spent to toughen the justice system. Thus, in the mid-1990s, society's solution to the problem of juvenile delinquents is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research in criminology demonstrates that the program in the get-tech approach are ineffective or are limited to use only. No evidence, for example, shows a link between larger police forces and reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have only have a limited effect on reducing crimes.ああ、めちゃくちゃ聞き取りやすい。Most Americans view the crime as a serious social problem, yet single violent crime on the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics show that violent crime, especially by youth, have increased in the last 20 years. Until the 1970s, the American public supported the treatment and correction criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people are frustrated with the justice system and abandoning the level of use their question. Opinion has shifted to get check policy. Supporters of the policy believe the criminal needs severe punishment to crack down. As a result of this policy change, laws may circle, more police are being hired, more prisons being built, and needless to say, vast sums of money being spent to check-on justice system. But in the mid-1990s, society's solution to problem juvenile delinquents is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most of such criminology demonstrated that the program get approach are effective or limited. No evidence, for example, shows a link between the large police forces and the reduction of crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have only very limited effect on reducing crime. And needless to say, a vast sum of money is being spent to tackle the justice system. Thus, in the mid-1990s, society's solution to the problem of juvenile delinquents is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research criminology demonstrates that the program is a get-safe approach and effective or limited to use only. No evidence, for example, shows a link between the larger parts process and reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have only very limited effect on reducing crime. And most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem and think that violent crime is on the rise. Indeed, listen to crime statistics. Most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem and think that violent crime on the rise. Indeed, Recent crime statistics show that violent crime, especially by youth, has increased whereas during the years. Until the 1970s, the American powers supported the treatment of correctional criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people are frustrated with the justice system and are demanding the level of bill on corruption. Opinion has shifted to get tough policy. Supporters of the policy believe the criminal need severe punishment to correct them. As a result of this policy change, laws have been made stricter, more police have been hired, more prisons are being built, and needless to say, vast sum of money is being spent to attack the justice system. Thus, in the mid-1990s, society's solution to the problem is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research in criminology demonstrates that the program in the get-to approach are ineffective or limited use only. No evidence, for example, showed rank between large police forces a reduction in the crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have an only very limited effect on reducing crimes. Number 14. Most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem. I think that集中力 Number 14. Most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem. I think that violent crime is on the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics show that violent crime, especially by youth, has increased in the last 20 years. Until the 1970s, the American public supported the treatment and correction of criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people are frustrated with the justice system and are abandoning their level of views on correction. Opinion has shifted to a get tough policy. Supporters of this policy began to correct them. As a result of this policy change, laws have been made stricter, more police have been hired, more prisons are being built, and needless to say, a vast sum of money is being spent to toughen the justice system. Thus, in the mid-1990s, society's solution to the problem of juvenile delinquents is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research in criminology demonstrated that the program in the get-out approach are ineffective or limited use only. No evidence, for example, showed a link between larger police forces and a reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to oh my god. No evidence, for example, showed a link between larger police forces and a reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have only very limited effect on reducing crime. Number 14. Most Americans feel that crime is a serious social problem. I don't think that violent crime is on the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics 気を抜くと言えないstatistics Most Americans feel the crime serious social problem. I think violent crime is on the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics show that violent crime, especially the American powers supported strength and correction of criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people are frustrated with the justice system and wondering where level abuse on correction. Opinion has shifted to get tough policy. Supporters of the policies believe that criminals need severe punishment to correct them. As a result of this policy change, laws have been stricter, more police have been hired, more prisons have been built, needless to say, a vast sum of money is being spent to tackle the justice system. Thus, in the mid-1990s, society's solution to the problem of juvenile delinquents is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research in criminology demonstrates that the program and the get-out approach are ineffective or limited use only. No evidence, for example, shows a link between loss of police force and reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have only very limited effect on reducing crimes. Uh, ah, ah, the rise. Indeed, recent crime statistics show violent crime, especially in the US, have increased in the last 20 years. Until the 1970s, the American powers supported the treatment and correction of criminals. However, in response to recent trends, more and more people were frustrated with the justice system, understanding the level of abuse or corruption. Opinion has shifted to get policy. Supporters of this policy believe that criminals need severe punishment to correct them. As a result of this policy change, rather than main structures, more police are being hired, more prisons being built, and needless to say, a vast sum of money being spent to toughen the justice system. Thus, in the mid-1990s, the society's solution to the problem of juvenile delinquents is simply to throw them in prison. In fact, most recent research in criminology demonstrates that the program is get approach ineffective or limited use only. No evidence, for example, shows a link between larger police forces and reduction in crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown only when 20 uh, or limited to use only. No evidence, for example, shows a link between the larger police forces and reduction of crime. In addition, imprisonment has been shown to have only very limited effect on reducing crimes. My God.